for tuning in. This door doesn't open. But this one does. Let's see how Dan fixed it. Hey Dan, run that intro.
Hey Gearheads, thanks for tuning in. So one of the things that stinks about this car is that the door handles don't work from the outside. Now I'm assuming there's something going on with the mechanism here because we know that it opens from the inside. So we know the latch and the mechanism on the inside is all okay, but this is not working. Now this is basically just a plunger that hits up against the latch to open it. So basically what we need to do is pull this door panel off. Who knows, maybe we'll find a build sheet, but it wouldn't be to this car anyway because it's not the original door. If you've seen the episode, actually I had to replace this door, but we're going to take this door panel off and we're going to see what's going on inside. If all else fails, I do have the original door that came off of this car that we can take the door handle off of that if it's door handle related. If it's latch related, then I don't know what we're going to do, but let's find out. Just kidding. So the first thing to do to pull the door panel off is to get the window crank off, and that's my favorite tool, the window crank removal tool. You may not think you need this, but it makes it really easy to shove it behind, pop the clip, hang on to it, whistle, and then you want to make sure you get between the crank and the gasket. If you do have the gasket, they're original and they keep your door panel protected from the crank, and that did work right away. So this is that protector I was talking about. It does have an inset, and this goes against your door panel. We'll put that aside for now. And here is the window crank. And the clip went flying, so let me go look for that. And then you look around for the clip because you weren't prepared for it to come off and your hand wasn't behind it. Ah, there it is. Thankfully it didn't get too far, so we're okay. So normally the clip is on here and it's in that groove, so when you slide the tool in, again, right in that area, you can see it clicks right in there and it pushes the clip out. So make sure when you're pushing your tool in this way on your handle, the crank, you have your hand behind it to catch this little horseshoe clip. And these can be reused. It's a lot easier to actually get on. You just put the clip on here and pop the door handle on, or window crank on, but we'll get to that after we get the door panel off. The armrests are a little bit easier. They just have a Phillips head screw here and here, so we'll go ahead and remove those next. There we go. Note the angle this is on when you put it back. Don't try to go in straight. It needs to go up in that angle. I'm going to forget that, so put it in the comments to remind me right now. There's also a third screw down here that I knew about. I was waiting to see if you knew. So, 3 screws. Alright. We'll try to keep these screws where they belong. And if you notice, this is the special electrical tape edition for the Chevelle. The door handles are the same thing, and you can see the clip here. So you can actually see the tool in operation, and it just pushes the clip right out. And if you keep your hand here, you can protect the clip from going flying, and then it'll just pop right off. It will pop right off. Now I will tell you a trick. If you don't put the clip back on the handle, you can just slide it on, do what you need to do, test it or whatever, especially if you're running the window up and down, and then you can pull it off and wait to put the clip on to permanently put the window crank and the door handle back on when you're all finished. So we're going to leave this off because I may need to work with this as I'm opening and closing it. I don't have to put it on and take it off and deal with all this, but we're going to take this door panel off next. Now, some door panels may have screws at the bottom or around the outside. Most of them are just kept in with panel poppers, which is where this guy comes in. You just want to look for where they are, and you can see there's one right here, I believe. Where is it? There it is. Oh, here it is. So I actually just popped it out. So you want to try to get the popper right in this area here. You can see that. And you want to just pry it up against the body very gently, and it'll pop out. And then you just kind of work it around and pop them out as you go around. And then once you have all that out, you can see how loose it is. It basically just has clips up at the top, so you just want to kind of hope that it stays together and pry it up off of the window channel. Like that. Now you may or may not have this. This is the water protectant or panel or whatever. It's supposed to keep water out of the inside of the door. And these are very, very paper thin, and they're very easily damaged. So if you have one, it's pretty cool. If you do find a build sheet, it would probably be between the door panel and the water trim panel, or between that and the door. Obviously, we don't have one, but like I said, it doesn't matter. It does have a sticker that says 49R, so who knows what that means. So let's go ahead and we'll roll this window up, and we'll take a look at the mechanism back here and see what's going on. These windows actually do roll pretty nice. As I say that, you get through it. But I need to bring this up and clean it anyway. The point is, I'm going to be putting this car outside after I get it on the trailer, so I want to have the windows up, and if you can't open the door, that's going to be a problem. I would say it goes without saying, but if you do take your door panels off, now's a great time to put some grease on your window tracks, make sure everything is looking okay, and grease these up and down tubes as well. Alright, so I think that's the best shot I can get you of inside the door, and you can see how the handle goes down as it comes out, and that's why it's not pushing it far enough. That's as far as I can push it with the handle. If I grab the inside handle here, you can see it needs to come that far. And this will go that far, but it's not working, so I think if we bend that plate a little bit, that'll allow us to get more out of the handle on the outside, since it's not going far enough. So let's see what we can do if we bend that plate a little bit. If I can get up there with the pliers. Alright, so now we can get all the way to there, and if I pull the inside handle, it doesn't move, which means the outer handle is now able to push it all the way. It feels a little harder, so let's see how it shuts. Now, before I shut this, I am going to roll the window down just because it's easier to get in and out. If for any reason the outer door handle is not working, I can utilize the inner one. And also, I think this glass is going up a little too high, and I think it might hit the car. Remember, this door is not from this car, so if you do replace a door or glass, you want to make sure you have your settings right so it's not too high or too low. If it's too high and you slam the door, it might break. So we're just going to lower it all the way for right now, and maybe we'll adjust it once we know the door's opening and closing. You can see I did lube this up, so it's actually closing really nice. So let's go see how it works. You ready? All right. I guess it's still a little loose on the upper hinge, but will it open? Ooh, it does. Beautiful. All right. So, again, this is kind of a temporary fix. If you have a new handle, it shouldn't be loose like that. You should be able to open and close your door. I don't know that I'm going to do the other door. I at least wanted to have the driver's door open and closed so whoever buys the car can at least get in and out of it. So let's go ahead and set that window height now. So you can see in this hole, when I roll the window up, there's actually two stoppers that stop and create the top height of the window. And you can see it right here. And And from inside the door, you can see if I lower it a little bit, this is basically the stopper, and it's got a nut on it, and it basically tells the window where to stop. And you can see it is letting the window go all the way up. So if we bring the stopper up, it won't allow the window to go up all the way. So we need to adjust that. So I'm going to lower it a little bit, and we're just going to figure out where the window needs to be, and then we'll go ahead and reset this. And you can see here at the front of the door, there's another one right inside here, and that's basically kind of set the same so the window can go all the way up. And you can see the window is going over this corner piece. That's basically where the window is supposed to go into, in that channel right in here, and it sits up here. So we could see that the window is supposed to go that way, but it is a little loose, but it can go up that way. So you see if we closed it, it would be way too high. So we're going to bring it down a little bit till it opens and closes nice, and then we'll set those stops. Alright, so that does close. Feels nice at the front. We're opening and closing, but you can see it's way down from where it needs to be. Now you can set these stops, the front and back, to be where they need to be. So we can set the front a little higher, and then we could set the back a little lower to make it close correctly. So we'll set this one first, since that's the height we need, and then we could probably raise this one up. Alright, so that looks good for the front. The back, I feel like the back could come up a little bit higher. I'm actually going to roll the back window up and see where that goes to, because that'll help us gauge it. Alright, we'll go ahead and roll up this back window. It needs to be lubricated as well. It's obviously loose also, but see how high that goes. And then this is going to allow us to know where this needs to be as well. And definitely looks like it needs to go up a little. So I'm going to tighten the front. So now we want the back to come up a little higher, but the front not to. So with that front stop on, when we raise the window up a little more, the front won't go up, but the back will go up a little bit. So you can see the back actually came up in that stop. So I'm going to close it gently and see if that works. Not bad, actually. I like that. So it's slamming good. Window's nice and sealed in the front. It's got a decent gap. The back needs to come forward a little bit more, but we know that back needs to be adjusted. But again, this isn't a restored car, so I just wanted to get the door opening and closing. Have the glass protect the vehicle, because it is going to sit outside until somebody buys it, which is going to be the next episode of Walking Around. So if you're interested in buying a Chevelle project, definitely subscribe and follow me on all the social media so you know when it's going to go up for sale. And for now, we're going to lower this window, and we're going to go ahead and put the door panel back on. Alright, so the first thing we'll do is take these handles back off, and I'll show you how to put those clips on. We do have this original water seal, and we'll go ahead and put that on where it needs to be. There was originally tape here. I think I'll have to put some new tape on it. Paper painter's tape will work just fine for this. So I just want to make sure it's where it needs to be. Just put a little piece of tape on it to hold it. You can put a couple pieces so it doesn't flop around while you're reattaching everything. You can see the door handle and the window crank stick out. You have the third hole, that's for your El Camino or anything that has a wing window that has a crank as well, which are the coolest things, by the way. We may have an El Camino here soon, so if you like El Caminos and you're like, I don't want to see Chevelles, I want to see El Caminos, just wait, my friend. Just wait. They'll be coming around the mountain to DansgarageNC. Alright, door panel. I gotta put the door lock back in. Why didn't somebody tell me I have to put the door lock back in? Darn it. Where is it? I forgot the door lock. I remember I took that off to get a better shot for you guys so you could see what was going on. So we're just going to loosen this up and we'll get the door lock back in here. And that just has to pop in and get its latch back on. There we go. Alright, now we can go back to plan A. So, and I think I said this water protector was to protect water from getting in the doors, to protect water from getting out of the door. So water is going to get down here on both sides of the glass. You do have drain holes in the bottom. You want to make sure those are clean. But this prevents the water from getting onto the door panel, I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, you tell me I'm wrong. Whoops, sorry. No. Oh, knocking stuff over. Getting stuff to come out. Alright, so this has this channel on the top that hooks over here. So we'll basically start with that. Make sure you get that door lock that we almost forgot in the right place. That'll just sit down in there. Make sure it's lined up front to back. Make sure your poppers are lined up, and they'll basically just pop right in. The best thing about these handles and the clips is you can put them back on while the handles are out of the vehicle, and then you basically just push it on and pop it on, and you can see here how that tool will push it out when you're ready for it. Make sure that the alignment is correct. Door handles, I like to make them straight when they're in the lower position. So we'll go like that. Now line it up and pop it on. And with window cranks, you may have these other pieces, so the gasket goes up against the crank, and then the spring is going to go up against that, so it'll keep the door handle or the window crank sprung. I think that's the way it goes. Maybe it goes this way. That doesn't feel as right. I think it goes this way, so it keeps it away from the door panel. Keeps the door panel back. Maybe? I don't know. We'll see. With the windows, sometimes you may prefer to have the handle facing a certain way when it's up or down. If you do, all you do is pop it off when the window's in the position you want, and pop this on whichever way it is. I'm just going to pop it on because it doesn't matter at this point. But once you push it on, you're pretty much done. So we're going to roll this window up. We're going to shut the door. No, I'm going to put this on first. Right, clean this up. I'm going to clean the door handle, door panel real quick. Alright, that's clean. Let's leave this down. We'll put the armrest back on, which is right here. We'll start with the easy screw that we can see back here. You can see where it goes by the dirt marks on the door panel. Yeah, this is nasty, so we'll go ahead and clean these windows. Windows clean up so nice. They're not usually scratched, they're just dirty from years of decay, like my buddies in Overkill said. Remember, if your windows are really bad, you can use razor blades on them. Just be careful, but it won't scratch them if you use it correctly. Get this nice cherry smell. We'll have nice clean windows. And just like that, the car is gone. Apparently I never finished filming this episode, so I do apologize, but I did get the windows to roll up and everything's fine. I still have to do the passenger side, but you don't need to see that because it's the same as the driver's side. The reason the car is gone is because I put it on the trailer, I took it out to a parking lot, I did a full walk around video and everything to show it for sale. So it is going to go up for sale the following week after this video comes out, and then it is going on eBay. So if you're looking for a Chevelle project car, look no further than DansgarageNC. Watch for it on YouTube, all the other social medias. It's going to be going up on eBay for sale. And until then, stay positive and keep on wrenching.